Okay, second graders. So I totally messed up. You know I did because you wrote comments on the Google Classroom page that I did not upload an Evenings with Ellerie last night. So the page went up, but there was no video. So I figured I would do this afternoon. I just gave her a bath. She is napping upstairs, and I figured I would read you these two books. Two popular ones. You've probably heard of them before. The funny thing is she does not like these. Every single time I pick them up, she slams them shut. So it actually works out well that she's napping right now and we can read them together. I'm going to try to just get the video in the picture and not me. So let's start with this one. Giraffes can't dance. Okay, let's see how to work this. There you go. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked, just like this book, and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off the tree, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The chimps did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and the baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. Uh-oh. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you are so weird. Gerald simply froze up. He rooted to the spot. They're right, he said. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon is so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. That's what Mrs. Barron looks like when she's dancing. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt them in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was wide open. I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied and watched them quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head up and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. Okay. Giraffes can't dance. Now the next one, Harry the Dirty Dog. I love this one. Ellerie does not. Okay. Harry the Dirty Dog. If you have this one, go grab it from your library and read along with me because you probably have it in your house. Harry the Dirty Dog. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day when he heard the water running in the tub, he took the scrubbing brush and buried it in the backyard. Then he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street and got very dirty. He played at the railroad and got even dirtier. He played tag with other dogs and became dirtier still. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought that he had really run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever tricks. He flip-flopped and he flip-flopped. He rolled over and played dead. He danced and he sang. He did these tricks over and over and over and over again, but everyone shook their head and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry." Harry gave up and walked slowly toward the gate. But suddenly he stopped. He ran to the corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He'd found the scrubbing brush. He carried it in his mouth and ran into the house. Up the stairs he dashed, with the family following close behind. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging with the scrubbing brush in his mouth, a trick he certainly had never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl, and her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Harry's bath was the soapiest one he'd ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, 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 come quick. It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and then he became once again a white dog. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He slept so soundly he didn't even feel the scrubbing brush he'd hidden under the pillow. Okay, 2B. So next week, I promise that I will properly upload the video, and we'll get a big wonderful book. These board books are a little harder to turn than the ones we read at school. I miss you all so much. You don't even know. I can't use proper words and I don't want to get all teary. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you in a couple hours. Bye.